Hello people there, this is TheRubyRevolution, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the 1.95 dev server. This is the second part of the video I'm doing on the dev server where we're looking at all the other nations, tanks, trees, etc. I've already done a video looking at the Swedish tech trees and techs which have been added in with this update. With this I'm going to be looking at all the nations going from left to right. Going through all the tech trees, looking to see what they're adding in with this update. First thing I've noticed with this, the XM1 has been moved to 9.3. I really don't know why, because it's not the best premium, I think, at 9.0, and bumping up to 9.3 battery rating is pretty bonkers. The only thing it really has is speed on its side. Have they changed the shell types? Nope. Oh no, have they? Pretty sure this had 337 mils a pen. Maybe they changed the penetration on this shell, which is why I'll have to check that. Which is why it's been bumped up to 9.3 battery rating. With America, they're having one tank added in. It looks like this is the T60 A3 105mm 9.3 battery rating. As you can see, lots of ERA on this thing. Is it going to really work though? Probably not. Most things fire fin stabilized at this high battery rating. What shell types does it have? So it has 350 threes of penetration. Okay, so it's got the same shell types as the M1 Abrams. So quite a nice penning shell for 9.3. Very nice penning shell actually. I think this will be not the best tank. It's going to be slow, that's for sure. So you can do like 48 kilometers an hour, so quite a high battery rating. Obviously these are all subject to change with this. In terms of helicopters, nothing new added in. In terms of aviation, from what I can see for America, there's no new American aircraft either. Ships, doesn't look like there's anything new either. Okay, right, moving on to the Germans. Let's go to tanks. Oh, what's this? What are you? What are you? Oh, it's a Wolf of Bulldog. Okay. 6.7 battery rating. Oh, that's horrid shell type. Oh, we can fire 254 mils of penetration on the Heat FS. It's not great. It's not great for 6.7. No, yeah, not the best penning shell types. This is a different cannon to the normal Wolf of Bulldog M32. I need to check that now. Yeah, it has a heat fin stabilized. That's the reason why it's at the battery rating of 6.7, but it's not to say as good as say the M56. Which has 320 mils of penetration on the heat surface, so that's a little bit of a shame, but never mind. It's going to have it's going to be quite nice though. Another light tank, not really going to complain at that. Anything else here I can see? Doesn't look like there is. Let's move on to helicopters. Anything new with helicopters? Nothing new with helicopters. Aviation. Do we have anything? No. Nothing in new aviation-wise for Germany. Ships. Obviously, there's new ships being added, and let's have a look at the Graf Spree. Oh, she really sexy looking at ship this is. I have to hand it to Gaijin. I say this every time. The models for their ships are really nice, even though I don't really play that much naval. Massive guns on this, 280mm, 28cm cannons. It's got 6 of these and 2 turrets. This is going to be, if it hits you, this is going to cause so much pain. So much pain. It's really nice that these have been added in. Actually, we're starting to go to battleship caliber guns now, which is really what everyone wanted to see at the start when it comes to War Thunder Naval. There's also the Prince again, or Jean, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, being added in. This is a really nice ship as well. This has a 20.3 centimeter guns, 203mm cannons on this, with 8 in 4 turrets. Another really nice model. We can actually test flight and sell this. Let's take this out quick. This is a really nice ship. This is a massive ship as well. She is huge. Oh my god, look at that anti-echo. Oh my god. That is some serious anti-air. Okay, so the guns slowly. So it gets on against this destroyer. And oh, that's some gnarly damage that is. So for the back. Can we turn that A off? Okay. Looks like it stopped firing now. Oh. Well, that's reload considering what caliber of gun. Sure he's going to kill with this shot. Nope. Ruble's aiming is not the best. Maybe this time? There we go. Which is nice. And it's really nice that these type of ships are being added in, because these types of ships make me want to play naval. It's just a shame we have to get through the Pt.2 boats to be able to get to them. Okay, and moving on to Russian tanks now. Is there anything added in here? Nothing. It doesn't look like there's anything being added in here. No sign of anything. I'm just making sure. Any new helicopters? I very much doubt it. No new helicopters here. Any new aircraft? Nope, no new aircraft for Russia. Any new ships? No new ships either. That's interesting. An update and Russia's getting nothing. That can't be right. Russia has to get something. Surely. There can't be an update when no Russian bias at all. Maybe there isn't. There is no Russian bias this patch. What has the world come to? Guardians clearly lost their lines. Let's move on to Britain. Now, according to my sources I looked at, there's the new this thing, which is a Rukat 76, which is a really fast vehicle. It will go 120 kilometers an hour. It's going to be the fastest vehicle in game. 8-wheeled, 76mm cannon on this. Really nice pen shot for what I saw. 311 mils of penetration. Really nice for 8.3. I would definitely take that. Bit of a lengthy reload. It's quite standard actually for 8.3 battle rating. Obviously the armor on this is going to be pretty terrible. Yeah, 10mm, 30mm. Might stop. 50 cals. 4-man crew, not too bad. Let's test drive this. I've got to see how quick this thing goes. Oh yeah, we're rolling now. Okay, so it looks like only the front two wheels actually steer the tank. Nice optics. Really nice penning shell. She's not too quick off-road though. Let's try and get on this road here, see if we can get the speed up. Come on. It's really nice that Britain will be getting some light tanks finally in. I really want them to add the Scorpion in. I don't understand why they haven't added it in yet. It would be really nice to see. Oh, there's also got a stabilize on it. That's very nice as well. Oh, that one didn't go through. So we get the side. I really do like wheel tank destroyers. That one didn't go through either. I'm firing HE. Why am I firing HE? That's the reason why it's not going through. There we go. Does help if Ruble's fires the right shell type. Yeah, this is going to be a really fun light tank, and I'm really looking forward to playing this actually. Looks like it's going to have smoke launchers on it, is what I can see here. Let's return that to the hangar. Yep, it's going to have smoke launchers, laser rangefinders, and it's got NVDs on it as well. Which is pretty nice to see. That's going to be a really fun tank destroyer. What's actually designated as a light tank. It's basically the same thing. It's going to work really well though. Anything else for Britain? And tanks, doesn't look like it. Helicopters? No. Helicopters have been done and dusted it seems. Any new aircraft for Britain? No. No new aircraft. No English electric light in this patch, it doesn't look like, which makes me one heck of a sad panda. Eventually we'll get it. Eventually we will get it. Yep, doesn't look like there's any new aircraft with Britain. Any new ships? Nope. Oh no, there is. What are these? Okay, so basically it's another PT boats. 4-inch cannons. Torpedoes on. Battery rating 4.0. Quite high really for the type of ship it is. It's going to get clobbered against destroyers. There's actually another one here as well. Well, they're all the same class it looks like. Let's have a look at this one. So this is a K class. Okay, well this is a nice looking ship. 4.3 battle rating. 4.7 inch guns. Lots of torpedoes. Very nice torpedoes. Not too bad a ship. Let's have a look at the other one. This is. Ooh, I love these turret designs. 4.5 inch. Nice torpedo complement. No guns in the back though. Lots of Fortune and Bofors. Yeah, it's gonna be a. Plane's gonna have a bad time against this. It's only got the 2 gun turrets though, which is kind of what I'm worried about with this. What's the reload rate? Can I have a look? No. The reload rate with this. 20 rounds a minute. Pretty fast. Nice that more ships have been added in, even if they're not top tier. Okay, that's Britain out of the way. Anything for Japan? Japan are actually going to get something this patch. They're getting the Senpai, or the Sendai, as it's actually called. This is a, okay. Quite nice. 140mm, weird caliber gun, but 5.0 battle rating though, that's quite high. I guess it has a lot of single cannons on it. This is very high battle rate. I guess it's designated as like a light cruiser. It's got torpedoes on it. Looks like there's 4 on each side. And a plane, which won't be able to use. Is there any other ones? Spares are spotted. Yeah, there's this one as well. 5.7 battle rating. Suzuki. Ooh, this is a. I think. Oh, this makes me want to play ships. This really does. Okay, 155mm. Oh my god, it has so many of them. This is basically Brooklyn. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 cannons. Oh my god, this is going to be really, really nice. I think this is the same as the Megami, but this one has the 203mm cannons. Yeah, this one's the 150mm, 55mm version of it before they changed the guns on it. Oh look, it has 3 planes for it as well. Torpedoes on it, quite nice. This is going to be really fast firing. Lots of guns on this, which is going to be really, really nice. 5.7 battle rating, so top tier. Really nice to see that they're adding in some actual like cruisers and everything into the game now. This stuff really does make me want to play ships in naval battles. That's everything for Japan. Really nice that Japan are actually getting something this patch. I wonder if China are getting anything, or they're just gonna. Oh, they are actually. What are these? Oh, that looks like these are anti-air. Yep, M42, and this is a ZSU-57. Okay. At least that China now have some anti-air, but we're definitely lacking in that regard. They only had this one. Oh, they've moved it out into its own tree now. It's kind of nice to see. So China actually are getting some stuff this patch, even if they are copy and paste. Anything in the aviation tree wise? No, nothing being added here. No new copy and paste for China. Let's have a look at Italy now. No, not user missions. Where are we going with that? Have anything in the tanks? No new Italian tanks. Helicopters? Yeah, just the premium one. Any new aircraft? No. Nothing for Italy, it looks like. Okay, moving on to France now. Now, France do get a new tank. or wheeled tank this update, which is really nice to see that we're getting some new wheeled vehicles. This doesn't have the proper name yet. I guess it's an MRL 90. 90mm cannon, 6.7 battle rating. This is going to be what? Oh, it has heat FS. Ooh, that is very nice. This is basically like their American 90mm. 8.7 seconds reload. Pretty nice. This is going to be a really nice vehicle. Let's give this a test drive. I need to see what this is like. Oh, I didn't see how quick it goes. Rubers is so bad. She's too excited. Doesn't look at the stat cards properly. This thing is ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh, if this car doesn't rock really far from side to side when you fire it, oh, that's not that bad actually. It's not like the Centura, which nearly gets rolled over there every time it's fired across the side. The FS was going to work really nice at 6.7. This gun is so massive for this vehicle. Quite nice ammo count as well. It has 18 rounds. If you get so much as looked at with this thing though, I can't. This thing is definitely compensating for something. This is going to be really fun to play. I'm looking forward to playing this vehicle. There we go. Machine guns as well. Really nice. Armor on this thing though is pretty terrible. Might stop some machine guns, but you're definitely going to have a bad time if you get too much that's breathed on, I think, with this thing. That's going to be really fun to play. No new helicopters this update for France, and there is no new aircraft for France this update either, which brings us through all the tech trees. Not too many being added in this update. The focus is definitely Sweden with patch 1.95, which is fine. At least there is some goodies being added in, some really interesting vehicles actually for the other nations being added in this update. Hey guys, Ruby here. I've realised after looking at the dev server, I've actually forgotten a few things that have been changed or added in for existing vehicles, essentially, into the game. The first one being the Challenger 2, which is now getting its door tester armor. This is the live server, by the way, because the dev server has now closed. But Britain is with this Challenger 2 is getting the door tester armor, which is basically an armored pack. It's going to be sitting in a tier 3 modification, which is going to give it to lower plate pack, as well as some side armor plate as well. On the dev server, it wasn't actually working in terms of what armor values it was given, so you couldn't actually see what they were anyway. But it is really nice that the Challenger 2 is now getting its correct armor upgrades, which was what we would have in real life. And I know that a lot of people a little bit salted that the Challenger 2 didn't have this armor upgrade, so that's really nice to see. So that's the first one out of the way. One of the other ones is the BMP3, wrong one. The BMP3, which I have not unlocked yet, is getting a thermal sights for it. It has got MVDs at the moment, but it's getting thermal sights for it as a tier 2 modification. This one's kind of unique compared to all the others in game, in that the commander with the binoculars can actually use those thermal sights as well. So the BMP is actually going to be the best tank in terms of thermal sights in the game. There's also I know this works for the Russian helicopters. The top tier ones now automatically dispense flares when a heat-seeking missile is fired them, which is pretty nice, which is pretty good. You don't have to manually fire them off anymore. Not sure if they're going to be any more effective firing the flares off currently, because most of the time they don't work, but it is quite nice that there is going to have this automatic feature on them. Not sure if it works with any of the other nations at this point, but I do know that it will work with these top tier Russian helicopters. The last thing as well, I don't know how I completely missed this on the dev server. I was half asleep at the time. Japan is getting another Type 90. They're getting a Type 90B. Apparently it's pretty much exactly the same tank, same stats, pretty much the same armor values are met. Same gun, same penetration values, same types of shells. The only real difference is with it, it's got a few extra armor plating on the lower plate, which isn't actually going to make much of a difference overall. But still, it's another Type 90, which means that Japan's going to have another top tier tank, which means that when you die in one of them, you can take out a backup, which is pretty nice. That's all the ones that I saw on the dev server that I have missed. I might have missed others, who knows, but those are the ones I have forgotten or missed out when I was half asleep at 5 in the morning on the dev server. Hopefully it'll open again. We'll have more things to play with. Apparently there's a lot more Swedish aircraft which are in the dev files which weren't on the dev server either, which will be really nice to take out. Some really interesting planes which have been found in the dev files, which hopefully if we get a second iteration we'll be able to see. Anyway, please like, comment, share, all that good stuff, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one sometime soon. Bye!